Your prayer life like? When you start praying and you see no results, do you quickly give up? You see, the Bible gives this parable about the parable of the persistent widow, and it's challenging you, it's encouraging you, it's telling you not to give up when you pray. It says this, then he spoke a parable to them, and the men, so that men should always pray and not lose heart, because God knows our tendency is to lose heart or get discouraged or get faint hearted. And he said this parable. He said that in a certain city there was a judge who didn't fear God nor regard man. So an evil judge, basically. Now there was a widow in that city. Now widows, if you know the context, they are basically super low class, right? In these days, they the husband was the one who provided, and a widow, they didn't really have many rights. So the widow's going to the judge, saying, "Give justice for me from my adversary." And he would not do so for a while, but afterward he said within himself, though I do not fear God nor regard man. So this evil judge says, yet because this widow troubles me, I will avenge her, lest by her continual coming she will weary me. Then the Lord said, hear what the unjust judge says. Shall God not avenge his own elect, his own children, who cry out day and night to him, though he bears long with them? I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man comes, will he find faith on the earth? So what God is using, he's using a parable, an analogy, an example of a widow, someone who had no rights, who by persistence, the power of persistence, ends up changing the mind of an evil judge and getting justice. And God's saying, if in the natural realm, this ability is, and we all know examples of people persisting and just kind of being annoying, and eventually they get what they want, right? If that can happen in the natural and with a widow and an evil judge, how much more does the heavenly Father, how much more is he willing, who's not unjust? The Father's not unjust, he's just, he's good, he has compassion on his children. How much more will the Father give to his children who continually ask him and continually go to our heavenly Father for help? God is willing. It says, how much more? And shall God not avenge his own children who cry out to them day and night? I tell you, he will avenge them speedily. God's saying God is willing. You see, this parable is showing us God is willing to help, but the problem is we give up on asking. We give up on praying. Jesus said in Matthew 7, ask and you'll receive, seek and you'll find, knock and it will be open. For everyone who asks receives, everyone who seeks finds, and everyone who knocks, it will be opened. Right? If we continually press into God, God will draw near to us. But then he closes with this verse and says, nevertheless, will the Son of Man find faith on the earth? What he means is that people are losing faith. People are losing faith, and you can tell people are losing faith, and you can tell that you're losing faith if you're giving up on your prayers. If you keep on praying, it shows that you're trusting God. So I just want to encourage you, do not stop praying. Even though you might not see the result, the power of persistence works in the heavenly realm.